Looking at stuff about CRE funds. How fun is that? Investing in commercial real estate funds? What? I don't know about that. Welcome to Ho Hum, the musical about chores. As you may have been able to predict from the title, this musical is about chores. It's about living, loving, learning, longing. It's about winning, losing, loving, hating, trusting, betraying. It's about patting a wonderful kitty. It's about war, peace, squabble, malaise, everything. We're not vacuuming yet. We barely started streaming the musical about chores, let alone begun. People are still filing into the auditorium. We're not even close to beginning any chores. I will admit it. I have my doubts about my chore ability today. Maybe on the lower side. I've already gotten the most important chore accomplished. I don't know if it's properly called a chore, but it was very worthwhile accomplishing that one. Oh, meow. Do you want me to watch you eat some more? Is that more of my chores today, Trouble? We're supposed to be cleaning and stuff today, okay? Not watching cats eat. I remembered to get some B vitamins at the store yesterday, so I think I want to take some of those. I think I'll go grab those from the other room. Maybe they'll give me some energy or something, who knows. I can tell from my eyes that I'm still kind of sleepy. Cozy cat time with Eric. This is one of the ho-hum chores I have to do. Watch the cat eat. I'll be right back with some B vitamins. So ultimately, the question that each of us has to ask ourselves is, am I ready, punk? Well, am I? The answer is probably not. There. I got the plastic part off of this one. Now there's a second plastic part to get off. Make sure I'm extra safe. Because I love being safe. Alright. So these are fast dissolved B12s. I'll take 2 of these fast dissolved B12s. I'll take 2 of these regular B6s. I'm letting the fast dissolved ones dissolve fast. They are natural berry flavor. You can really tell the berry flavor too. It fills my mouth with the flavor of berries. I mean, they're obviously not slow dissolve, but I'd like them to dissolve a little faster. They're still not fully dissolved. It does taste like rainbow sherbet ice cream. They're quite good, those B12s. I recommend it if you want some delicious candy. Get these. I go a couple of B6s. So I have a total of 36 Bs. I took 2 12s and 2 6s. Which is equivalent to 3 12s. I guess you could say it's equal to 3 12s rather than equivalent. It'd be more correct. All right, now that we've accomplished that goal, let's go out to the garage and accomplish our next important chore: getting the cigarettes and then smoking one. Now, according to the weather predictions, tonight, meaning like tomorrow morning, early in the morning, we're going to match a record low for December 7th. And find ourselves with temperatures plummeting to 23 degrees. That's right. 23 degrees. That's pretty cold. It doesn't normally get that cold here. Last year was obviously an exception. We got a lot of snow here last winter. This year I wouldn't expect to get nearly as much. I'm gonna have to go down into the bread room where Rachel is sleeping because I need to get my glasses out of there. I forgot to get them. What chores might I accomplish on this episode of Ho Hum, the musical about chores? Well, one of the chores I'm going to get accomplished on this episode of Ho Hum, the musical about chores, is the chore of pre-discussing the fact that chores need to be done, which chores I might do, which chores seem less likely to get done, those sort of things. whether or not I'm going back to bed before doing any chores. This is an important question that needs to be asked. There needs to be a song about it before before any chore doing gets done in Ho Hum the Musical about chores. Well, I sit here and my coffee's good. I am smoking cigarette. But I know I must and should do a bunch of chores till yet. I got up and had sex instead. I've not accomplished anything. I wonder if I'll ever do anything more than this. I could go back to bed, back to bed, back to bed, back to bed. Sleep means slumbering, making me feel like I might do some chores later on. Later on. This is the first song in Ho Hum the Musical about chores. You're getting my flight plan ready to. I can't read that. I need my glasses. My eyes are struggling too much. Well, I guess I'll go get my glasses. It was dark in there, so of course I got the wrong glasses, but these glasses should be fine. Ready to file. Next up, base operations. There might be snow this weekend. It's not impossible. I was looking at the map. You know, there's these storms that keep coming in and then like splitting off around us. It's frustrating. But purportedly, most of the country is getting storms this weekend, from the Pacific Northwest to what's called the West, which is like the Rockies. And pretty much every place but us is projected to get storms. It would be delightful if we got a little bit of snow on Saturday. That would be wonderful. That'd be perfect. Not too much, you know. Just enough to give everything a super Christmassy feel. That would be magical weather cooperation on par with the wedding. We had such magical weather and bug cooperation during the wedding. It was amazing. Now, I put out a lot of cutlets yesterday for the Woodland Friends. It was late, so I don't think they really got to the cutlets yet. All right, here it is on Ho Hum the Musical about chores. Right, well, we'll see if those clouds bring us any precipitation. They're not currently projected to, but I don't trust weather projections outside of a couple of days. 3 days. It's about as good as you get. All right, here we go. Then the first chore we have to do is pick up the pee and poo. Here we go. A stupid, you can watch me. Scooping the pee and poo. Put it in the trash can. You can see how boring and how sad this is. Here are some lumps of poo. I'll put them in there. How about you? Then we will be soon done with this job. Oh wait, no, you can't forget. Trouble, put the kitty litter on the side. You got to sweep it up. He's such a naughty cat. He scoops the litter out like crap before he even does his business back. All right. Put it in the logbook. 1 chore accomplished, 2 viewers lost. That's why it's called Ho Hum the Musical. It's endurance art. But hey, I got a chore accomplished. It's just like a daily chore though. It's not a real chore. I'll throw these 2 bottles away. We got 3 6-packs of this holiday brew, non-alcoholic holiday beer. And as I feared, it's pretty terrible. But we couldn't pass up on the Santa Claus tower. It's got pictures of Santa on it. It's holiday themed. I mean, we kind of had to get it, you know. So, I was just looking at. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes, everybody. Get ready. Winston's mom and Rachel and me, the 3 people who are here. I was just looking at real estate funds that pay quarterly dividends. And as a way of possibly sidestepping the actual investment in real estate, but still investing in real estate. You know, if you're an accredited investor, whatever that is, I don't know what that means. Probably means you have a lot of money to invest. You know, you can get in a commercial real estate fund potentially, where it's basically a stock in commercial real estate that pays percentage of its total income back to investors as dividends. So, you know, just something that nowadays I find myself looking at things. So I haven't read much on them either, but it seems like a good way to split the difference between like the capital gains potential of stocks versus the monthly income potential of property income properties, you know. That looks like a worthwhile thing to look at. I guess I was looking at REITs. Yeah, I was looking at REITs then. I like uh I like the idea of equity REITs. I think that's a real estate exchange and traded funds REIT ETF. Private real estate investment funds are professionally managed funds that invest directly in real estate properties. These are available only to accredited high net worth investors, typically require a large minimum. What is an accredited investor? Huh. Well, we could become an accredited investor according to the standards there. We could do that for sure. So, um, well, realtors are not going to want to get people invested in those things because those things are not things that realtors are necessarily going to make money off of. So, anyway, it seems like the best choice are privately managed REIT funds. And that's something to consider. I guess they're not called funds. REITs are trusts, not funds. Okay, well, anyway, so these are the horrible things I'm thinking about. How horrible and boring. Oh, Eric's thinking about privately managed REITs that he might invest in. Oh, how sad. What a sad day this is. I don't actually feel sad, but it's a sad reality. Right. The idea has one huge advantage. You don't have to deal with tenants or renters. It's got a lower ceiling, obviously, in terms of monthly income broken down into quarterly dividends. You know, quarterly dividends broken into 12. But it's probably more stable and etc. You know, and you don't have to deal with those things. So it's like, I mean, it's like buying property and having property management run it, right? You're going to give up 25% of the possible income to get it managed for you, but if you have sufficient money to invest, it doesn't necessarily matter as long as you're running a positive cash flow, right? So obviously, California dreaming with these three REITs. So anyway, because I was reading an article this morning about squatters and the challenge that property owners potentially face when dealing with squatters. I obviously don't want to deal with squatters, but there are a number of there's more than one way to skin a squatter, you know. Good morning, Lou. It is delightful to see you here. And we have got a lot of fun chores to do. A lot of fun chores. So I want to welcome you to Ho Hum the Musical about chores. Right now, we're doing the important chore of delaying doing important chores. Some people say this is the most important chore of all. And I don't even think they're wrong. You know what we might do just to really throw you all for a crazy loop? To mix things up a lot and change the world in important ways. We might go live stream from upstairs for a little while. Wouldn't that be crazy? But Eric, you object. There aren't even any chairs upstairs. There are beds. I could sit on a bed. Sit on your mom. She's usually up there this time of day. Like one thing I gotta do, you know, this is the sort of thing that one can do. I'm not even, this chore that I'm imagining doing isn't even me doing a chore. It's me calling somebody to hire them to do a chore. I should be able to accomplish that at least. Well, the Blue Jays are out eating some cutlets. Squirrels are out eating some cutlets. I believe this squirrel here is still on the smaller side, but it's all gray and everything. I believe that's Narmi. I could be wrong. It's not necessarily that easy to tell squirrels apart from each other. But I believe that squirrel right there is Narmi. He's still small. But he's not a baby anymore. He or she. I'm not sure what gender Narmi is. Looks like it's a she. A lot of birds. I wonder if they've eaten all the seeds already. Probably not, since they're still hanging around. But I could put more cutlets if you need more. No, you're right, Lou. We do have two pumpkins that we don't know what to do with. In fact, I was thinking about breaking one of the pumpkins open and putting it up on the hill there. We only really need one pumpkin to shoot at in the wilderness. So maybe I will do that. Just put a pumpkin up there. I could probably just heave it up there and hope it breaks. Or I could cut it in half and toss each half up there. I don't want to make a bunch of pumpkin mess. All right, let's see. Now you've got me curious. Now you've got me wondering about things. It's time to watch something amazing. I believe Show Everybody Something Amazing was on the chore list. There. Let's see how much pumpkin the squirrels actually eat. Then we can throw the leftover pieces and up higher on the hill in a little while. Will the squirrels eat this pumpkin? That is the question. I'm gonna go get the bong. I'll be right back. I see the woodland friends have yet to return following all the excitement. I'll put the camera back on them if and when they do return. Let me out in the meantime. I cut myself a little bit putting the machete back in its holster. Sheath, that's what it's called. Knives have sheaths. Do knives have sheaths? No, they have sheaths. But guns have holsters. Rachel is my gun's holster. I put my gun in its holster earlier. And my gun really appreciated it. It started singing that Beatles song. Happiness is a warm gun. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. It's pretty chilly outside, but not that cold. That's a good, hearty morning bong rip. Reminds me of my childhood. No, I was not playing bong rips during my childhood. All right. It's too cold to be out here without socks. That means it's time to go back inside, where the deer and the antelope do not play. One of the big advantages of inside is that deer and antelope don't play in here. Have I ever been in a fatal accident resulting in my death? Not to the best of my knowledge. If so, I must have used an extra life. That's possible. Okay, we'll come watch you eat, even though you're not even hungry. Part of my campaign of emotional reassurance prior to us having guests, which the cats will both find disruptive, but Trouble will find much more distressing than Capillo. Capillo is very adaptable. Trouble the needy Nederlander. Oh yes. Who's a needy Nederlander? You are. You have lots of emotional needs. Because you're healing from trauma. Oh yes, heal from trauma. What a good kitty. You know, I tell you what makes me fall into silence almost as much as FI. TE. TE makes me fall into silence almost as much as FI does. As I start thinking of possible ways to meow, mew, and meow, then I just go, oh boy, oy vey. You know, that's what I go. I go, oy vey. Yes, I know you want me to continue watching you eat. It's okay. Daddy's here. Daddy loves you. Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. What a good kitty. What a happy kitty. You are a kitty who knows that your daddy watches you eat. This is one of my chores, so it's appropriately included in Ho Hum, the musical about chores. I'm gonna look with my eyes as you choo choo choo. Looking with my eyes. And then when you look over at me, I'll pet you. Petting with my thighs. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Daddy knows. Are you done? We need more pets. Meeting my cat's emotional needs is a full-time job. It's like having an autistic child. Boy, I was so impressed by this lady that we saw in the supermarket yesterday. She had two children, one of whom was a little baby that she was having to hold in her arms and rock a bit so that it wouldn't be noisy. The other was, I don't know, 4 years old and was super. Both the children, she was just handling the supermarket thing. She had a full supermarket trip with these two little children in tow, and they were. It was smooth as silk. It was amazing. In a more chivalrous age, I would have gone over and said, "Let me put your bags in your grocery cart for you." But instead, she one-handed put them all in a grocery cart, pushed the cart one-handed while holding a baby and having this other child in tow. It was impressive. That lady really knew how to be a good mother, like I was impressed. Have I ever had a near-death experience? Uh, I've had a sketchy experience, you know, like, yeah, I've had a couple of near-death experiences. Once riding a motorcycle drunk, almost totaled, and once also drunk, swimming out to this island thing that I should never attempted to swim out to because the ocean was way more like crazy to swim through than you should try to swim through. So, hopefully without alcohol, I avoid near death experiences. Yeah, that's why my earlier title was A Bowl of Cheer. The holidays is a time when a lot of people who don't drink, who quit drinking, sometimes relapse or wish they could have alcohol or whatever because there's there's probably a fair amount of positive associations between alcohol and the holidays. Also, just strong associations of any sort. So, you got all these holiday songs encouraging you to have a cup of cheer. Cheer, they mean alcohol. That's what they mean. Well, I can't have any cups of cheer. I'm not especially desirous of having any cups of cheer, but it's worthwhile to remind myself of this that instead I have to smoke bowls of cheer. And granted, that's not that special because I smoke bowls of cheer all day, every day, 24/7, 365. But still, it's better than nothing. And it's also the case that makes me a little nappy. I think Trevor wants to go into the room. Let me go let him in. My dad named him Trouble. It's not weird if you think about an ESTJ naming him that, but it was more like, oh, here comes trouble. Here comes a tomcat who wants to hump our cat, but she's fixed. It was more like that. It turned out he's trouble in every conceivable way. So I could call this handyman guy and see if he's available to come today or tomorrow or Friday potentially. Um, I should have called him sooner, but I've been humming and hawing about whether I should do it myself or throw a baby fit day. You mean get fit by throwing a baby? It seems like an odd way to, to improve your fitness. Stomping on people's feet also seems like a poor strategy for dancing, Mrs. Mom. I don't know about these ideas of yours. Stomping on people's feet, throwing babies. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, I throw fits like a baby a lot, but they're little tiny fits, really. I have to really be in full blast baby mode and also have shitty things happening for me to throw a full blast fit. I do sometimes, but not that often. The thing is, I would suspect that with real estate investment trusts, past results are in fact a good indicator of future outcomes, unlike with other investments. Well, here, Lamb, what happens to me when that happens? Here, Lamb says the worst is when you have a ton of things happening at one time and there's no time to deal with any of it. What happens to me is when I have a lot of stuff going on, um, I go into paralyzed mode. Like if I've got exactly the right amount of stuff going on, then I can get some things done. But if I got a few too many things going on, then I just go like, it's too much. I'll never get it all done. I just don't want to do anything now. But also, it depends a lot on my mood. And my mood's a lot better today than it was yesterday. Feeling a lot better. Um, I was feeling better when I woke up, and I'm feeling even better now. But I'm also not feeling especially energetic or like getting things done. More like, did trouble kick you out of the room? Right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I could call this handyman guy right now and see if he's available this week. I panic when there are too many things. I lived in that space for work for decades. To be honest, I'm not sure I survived it, but then I wasn't thriving. Do you prefer your current work, Lou? Do you feel like it's more a manageable scope of things for you to attend to? I guess I could call this handyman guy now. It's 8 in the morning, you know. Hopefully that's not too early to call a handyman. Doesn't seem. Handyman seems the kind of people who get up early, right? Do you think 8 in the morning is too early to call a handyman? Do I think my 6 slot TE gets paralyzed? Well, it's just I don't like the TE process of figuring out how I should get things done or what I should get things done on, where to prioritize resources and or time, etc. I don't like that process. But I get stuck at the SE part where it's time to take action. Um, I really don't like feeling rushed at all into making decisions. I don't like ticking clocks. Right now, we're operating under a ticking clock. All right, I'm gonna call this guy now. Oh, right. Wrong phone. This phone's only for when it should still work, but whatever. Hi, my name's Eric Strauss, and I'm calling regarding your general labor services. And I live here in Mariposa County, and I'm wondering if you're available at all this week. Well, why don't I give you my number and let you wait for this person to call you back? And if it turns out that doesn't go, then you can call me back. Okay, I have to. Let me give you my cell phone number. It's 66 615 8751. Yeah, Eric Strauss, Strauss. Well, there's this retaining wall, and it's got this concrete like surfacing they put over it. I've gotten most of it off, but I still have more to get off, and I've got guests coming this weekend. I need to get it done, you know? Yeah, that sounds great. Thank you. All right, you too. Bye. Okay, so he might be able to do it on Friday. Um, he's gonna call me back and let me know. Well, that's nice that you've got a company that makes you feel appreciated. You must have had a horrible situation before. So we'll see. Maybe he'll call me back on and tell me he can come on Friday and do this. It will be Friday is not really a good day for that to happen because hmm it's gonna like the job he's gonna do is gonna interfere with the Christmas decorations and stuff. So if he does call me back, I gotta tell him. Maybe I should call him back right now and tell him, you know what, Friday actually isn't gonna work because we're getting Christmas decorations put up. Um, and yeah, I should just call him back probably before he sets things up. All right, let me call him back. Hi, this is Eric Strauss again. I realized that Friday unfortunately is not going to work because we're having our Christmas decorations put up on Friday, and the work may require use of a pressure washer, which then is going to squirt stuff on the Christmas decorations. So we have a pressure washer. So unfortunately, if Friday's the only day that you can do, then I guess we'll have to look for an alternate solution. Mm-hmm. I live kind of far away. I live in Mariposa Pines, Druidsdale. So yeah, so we're kind of like all the way here in the back. But yeah, it's called. I can give you the address right now. If you can come today, that'd be fantastic. 7179 Snyder, Snyd. I'm sorry, Snyder Ridge Road, Mariposa. Yeah, sure. Or just show up. Either my wife or I'll make sure we're here all day. It's fine. I'll go get cash here this morning. I mean, I think for somebody who knows what he's doing more than I do, given the various tools that I have that you can try using on the thing, I think you'd probably be able to get it done in a couple of hours, maybe a few hours. Um, you know, but I'm not sure because I'm terrible at it. Yeah, somebody, the previous owners of this place, they like put on somehow a layer of just concrete over the retaining wall and make it look all smooth, right? But it just kept chipping off, so I've chipped most of it off. But then there are some parts that are really hard to get off. I can get it off with the pressure washer. I mean, it's hard to explain how, like, there's not that much of it left on the wall. I've gotten most of it off, but the hard parts are still on the wall. And I'm just so sick of dealing with this, and I just can't deal with it anymore. Okay, great. I'll go get cash, and when you get here, I can show you all the tools that I have at your disposal. You could use any of them that I've used. If you have other tools you think are better, that'd be fine too. Yeah, we got it in the mail. Hmm. That's fine. Yeah. All right, great, fantastic. We'll see you when you get here. Thank you so much. Bye. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I did it. I did it. I called that guy and I got him on the phone. I did it. I did it. High five. I did it. Yay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Well, not only do I not see squirrels eating that pumpkin, the pumpkin seems to have driven away everything. Now nothing's eating anything. Thanks a lot, Lou. Thanks a lot for your horrible pumpkin advice. I'm just joking. Around 1, between noon and 1, he said he's got a job this morning. It's going to take a few hours. So now I have an impetus to do something that I need to do so that it doesn't get mixed in with the little pieces of concrete. Namely, um, I'm just looking at this horrible wall. This wall that has caused me so much suffering for the last 10 or 11 months. And the idea of getting out somebody who knows what they're doing, sort of, and more than me, to help me with this horrible wall, it's just, it's, it makes me want to cry. Oh. It's like, I just tell this guy, look, if you think there's a specific tool you need to do this that you don't have, you tell me what it is. I will go into town and buy it. I just want this wall done so badly. Look at this horrible wall. Look how horrible it is. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, it's caused me so much pain. Oh, that wall. He's gonna look at this thing and be like, what the fuck? So, I'm gonna get out like 200 and, I don't know, $240 or something, which would be basically like 7 hours of work plus the site fee, the trip fee. So, I don't think he's gonna put that much work in today. It'll get dark before then. Although we do have plenty of lights here. But maybe I'll get up 300 just in case. Plan to give him a little Christmas bonus anyway. We can solve this problem. Oh my God, will he have earned it? Oh, sweet mother of God. How could it possibly have taken me such a long time to, well, it's just not that long ago that we got that flyer in the mail. Otherwise, how am I supposed to know who to call? I don't know. He may spend 5 minutes with that wall and be like, oh God, this is so horrible. I just refuse to do it. Because it is that horrible. I'm getting all caffeined out, but I want more coffee anyway. I guess I'll just have more coffee anyway. Well, now that that's happened, things are really moving. So then I'm gonna have to sweep up the sunflower seeds before honey comes. Now I've set myself up with an unavoidable chore. It's like, okay, well, You can't have it be all covered with sunflower seeds when it gets here. You're going to have to clean those up, Eric. And you have to throw the pumpkin up higher and other assorted things like that. I've got this orbital sander, but it doesn't have the right kind of attachment on it for to be of use. I might have to go to town and get that. I feel like some huge thing has just happened. Like the hugest thing that's happened in a long time. I know it's weird. I just called a handyman. It shouldn't be that important to me. But I feel like emotionally rocked. Like, oh, thank God you did something. Thanks, Boy Cloud. I agree with you. It's the worst ball I've ever seen, also. It's horrible. And when the guy comes and looks at it, he's going to be like, WTF? YGTKM. You've got to be kidding me. YGTKM. Why isn't that a thing? Why isn't that an internet thing? YGTKM. You're getting a trip to military school for Christmas. That would do me a lot of good. But fortunately, I think the best I can hope for from Santa this year is a decent looking retaining wall. Oh, kiddiness. Why are you such a kitty? Is it because you majored in kitty studies in university? At uni? Did you major in kitty studies? Yes. You're a wonderful friend, and Daddy loves you. And Daddy knows. I had a video about this, about how they're bad at gift giving. Like they give someone deodorant and say, now you won't have to smell. That's funny. Hey, I bought you a book on music. I heard you play guitar now. You won't have to suck. Yeah. I found a perfect book for you. How to Play Guitar for People with No Talent. Oh, yes. That's some high quality petting right there. Even the Russian judge has to give this pet a 10. What's next on the list of chores? I have to go to town now. I have to go to town. I got to get out cash. I got to find poison oak, give myself a rash. I've got to enter a race in the 100-yard dash. I've got to find a Miss Universe and put it on sash. Those are things I have to do today. Everything I have to do today ends with ash. I have to eat a bowl of mash. Oh, yes. I have to go as quickly as the Flash, but unfortunately, I don't seem to be doing that right now. No, I've got to go get cash from town. I already smashed. So, I like that boy Klaus's brutally harsh NI. That was the worst wall I've ever seen. Some quash. I guess quash would be duck money. This auto turns off so quickly. I, of course, have to get ready for the bash we're holding, which is British for party. I probably have to take out the trash. I have to bring in the trash cans from outside the street, from on the street. They were emptied days ago. Well, I guess that's an easy enough chore to do right now before I go into town. That boy Klaus asks, do I like the weed pens? They make me feel sick after hitting them for a few days. Well, I guess I have mixed feelings about them. You know, they contribute to an already extant problem of smoking weed too frequently to ever get high. Having weed pens just makes that even more of a problem. Because you can easily smoke weed pens wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you know? So, in that regard, I like the way that smoking bong rips makes smoking weed um, less frequent. No, I'm not really interested in checking out that channel. I'm sure they'll end up being more successful than I am, and do a terrible job of it. But who knows? Maybe not. Maybe they'll do a good job. I don't care. I've got more particular things to worry about right now. Like every channel that ever comes out that's an MBTI channel is is just minutes away from surpassing my channel. So while I accept that reality and try not to be a hater or anything, I also, you know, don't need another example of how to produce content that more successfully engages an audience than mine. We've got myriad such examples. But you have to either try or not try. It's just like Yoda says. He says, do or don't do. There is no try. Well, that's another way to put it. You're either attending to that sort of thing or you're not. I'm not. So it makes it very unlikely to succeed. I'm pretty good at going back to bed. That's one of the things that I've developed some skills in. But this morning, I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to have to go into town, even if it causes me to frown. Although, I think my mood's not brown. Though neither am I feeling like a clown. Oh, kiddiness. Why are you so special? You're constantly being special. How did this happen? Did you go to specialness constancy school? Oh, yes. And Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. Daddy loves Mommy, too. Yes. Daddy poked Mommy this morning. He did. Yes, he did. Because she's done with her vaginal blood sploosh splash party. Oh, yes, she is. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I got to go to town. I got to get cash out. And then I got to come back and get the sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, if I sweep up all that stuff, I can throw that on the side of the hill or whatever. It's just biodegradable, mulchy stuff. Once it gets little pieces of concrete in it, then it's got to go in the trash. So, anyway, goodbye, everybody. I love you. I'll see you later. And don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.